Hello, beloved. We are at the start of Eastertide in the Christian tradition, a time to bring in the light, to bring in the color, to revel in new life and resurrection, but also to grapple with what does it mean to be new? What does it mean to reclaim that which has fallen away or has died? What does it mean to take in transformation and find ourselves something other than what we may recognize and yet grow into that? We are also at the end of Passover. Passover in the Jewish tradition has concluded, and moving into that space beyond the recognition of liberation and freedom and coming into a new state of being, and then again pausing in the similar context of now, who are we? How are we to be? And on this April 22nd, we are also observing and celebrating Earth Day, a day to remind us again that we are not creatures of domination of this earth, but rather we are an intimate, integral part of it. We are not here to be parasitically drawing on every resource and every ounce of life and life-giving space, but rather we are to be integrated into the natural sphere. Any disconnection from that is ours. Nature has not forgotten that we are within it, not merely a part of it, and certainly not separate from it. We are within it. And if we continue on this course of insisting on pretending that we are somehow other, I suspect nature will right that. And we will come into a new understanding of what it means to be human on this earth, or what it does not. And being human on this earth, we also recognize that we are in the early hours and day beyond the day of Pope Francis's death. And we hold all those of the Catholic Church who are in mourning today, who recognize they also are about to undergo significant transformation as they relinquish the life of Jorge Mario into God's nearer presence. And as they do the diligent and ancient traditions and ritual of selecting who will be the new pope for their church, there is much transforming today. There is much that is changing and altering, and there is much of identity we are going to be invited to embody, to meet, to learn how to be, and to move forward. And so it seemed a good day to have a singing bowl as a bit of practice. Singing bowls, both crystal singing bowls as well as metal ones, are forged in fire, and they carry the fire element. When we talk about elementals, the fire element is the transformative element. It utterly changes from what one is to what one will be, sometimes to the point of complete lack of recognition of what one was to what one becomes. And so playing a singing bowl can be an invitation of releasing and receiving, much like a fire ritual, of burning and releasing what needs to be let go, and then receiving into the fire what needs to be brought in. And so I invite you to pause here and to consider one thing that you need to release. It could be an emotion, it could be a fear or anxiety. Maybe it is a grudge or a space of forgiveness that just won't let go. It could be hatred or anger. It could be old habits. It could be complacency. What is it that you need to release? Hold that there. See it in your mind's eye. Feel it in your heart and your body. Let it rest onto your soul. And then begin to turn your focus to breathing it out. Breathing it out. And with every breath out, letting it begin to release. No need to hold it anymore. No need to allow it to control. Releasing. Let it be. And so it is. Simultaneously, there are those things we need to draw into our lives that we need to claim, to let seep into the marrow of our bones, those parts of us that have been neglected, that have been pushed aside or denied, or just haven't been able to find space to take root and grow within us because we've been so filled with these other intractable things. And so I invite you to consider, what is it that needs to be breathed in? What do you need to receive? What do you risk? What do you dare? And to that end, perhaps it is risking feeling loved by another or by yourself. Risking trusting again. Perhaps it's being open to a new idea or to a relationship or consideration. Maybe it is risking speaking and standing in your truth, and telling your story, trusting it will be heard. Perhaps it is breathing in trust, or breathing in peace, insisting on deep and abiding peace in the face of uprooting and destabilizing anxieties and fears and worries. Whatever it may be, I invite you to center into it, to feel it, but to notice that here it is not needing to go down to the marrow of your bones, but it's already there. It is already in the soulful spaces of your life. Let's bring it forward. I invite you again into the sound, but this time focusing on breathing in, on being open and welcoming whatever this is that you are centering into and inviting to become alive within you. whatever is coming alive in you on this earth day, let it take root and fully grow into its abundance. Let it change you for the better. Welcome in what is life-giving and nourishing and nurturing. Let grief be a healing process. It was meant to be. Let joy be in abundance. And let your hope abide. Blessings on the journey. You are not alone.